So after vowels, next is consonant. Now the consonant screen actually has two different ways to display the consonants. One is by what's called source of articulation. So source of articulation represents the position in the voice tract from which the sound generates. So in this case, as you can see here, when this top row of the consonants are highlighted, you can see the picture here with this indication. It shows the velar sounds that are generating from the back of the throat. Now if you tap this box, it actually flips and it gives you a description of what the velar sounds are, and as well gives you a play button which plays all the sounds in this particular sequence.
Ka, ka, ga, gha, nga.
Now by tapping on these row buttons here, I can actually jump to another row. I get the description, retroflex. If I tap back, I can see the position has changed because now it's a different position in the vocal tract. So I'll go through that once again. You can see if you see here, the position changes. And you can also play all the sounds in this particular sequence.
Ta, tha, da, dha, na.
Now above here you can see this segmented controller that says source and manner. If you tap this, it actually realigns the consonants by column, because the columns in Devanagari actually are arranged by what's called the manner of articulation. And the manner of articulation is basically the shaping of the mouth, positioning of the tongue and the teeth and the mouth when you utter the sound. And the categories here are really broken up into voiced and unvoiced, aspirated and unaspirated. So voicing in this case describes the engagement of the vocal cords. So the difference between, say, a ta and a da is that da is a voiced sound because the vocal cords are engaged, whereas ta is an unvoiced sound because the vocal cords are not engaged. Now, aspirated and unaspirated represents that plosive kind of burst of air between certain sounds. So the difference, say, between ka and ka, that's the unaspirated and aspirated sounds. So again, if you tap here, you can play all of the letters in that particular sequence.
Ka, cha, ta, ta, pa.
And I'll jump to another one.
Ga, ja, da, da, ba.
And I will jump back to the source. So I can scroll down. Oops. There we go. So you can see here there are other categories. Now if you tap on an individual consonant button, it takes you again to the single letter drawing screen, which is essentially laid out exactly the same as the vowel screen. So we'll draw single letter. And then we see the same finished drawing view. It shows you what you've drawn and gives you again the three different options of restart, next, or playing the audio.
Ga.
So I'll restart. Now the primary, secondary audio buttons here are illustrating the aspirated and unaspirated pairing. So in this case, the primary sound is ga,
Ga,
and you can play the aspirated version from the same screen.
gha, ga, gha.
So what this is essentially another reinforcement that instructs the user the difference between the aspirated and unaspirated sound. And once again, you have your drawer that allows you to jump to any letter in the set. There we go.